Pull yourself together. Not forgiving Papa was kind of like, whoa, like this is what we're resulting in. This is the conclusion of that relationship, and she's not forgiving him. It was a big revelation of who 11 is, and where does she go from there with that kind of coldness?
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of very much a Dr. Brenner move that she pulled.
She did.
Yeah.
She did.
It's hard. It's really hard. We actually went on a 45-minute walk that day. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Took us really long. We walked to set from base camp. It was 45 minutes in the middle of the desert.
Yeah.
We walked because we were really sad that day. It was a very sad day for us both.
You know, I honestly love Millie Bobby Brown. I feel paternal toward her, and you know, I know that what I said in the scene, Matthew Modine, is the same thing as that Dr. Brenner said, that everything that I've done with Millie was the best I could for her good, for your life. And so that's truthful. You know, it's a truthful emotion, and I think the Duffer Brothers know that and knew that, and so those were the
words chosen.
Yeah.
That, like, we talk about father and daughter and finding her autonomy, and I obviously didn't want to necessarily leave Papa, and you don't ever really want to leave your dad, but you have to find that autonomy within your life and not listen to men, and really strive to be a woman finally.
How far, Papa?
Farther than we've ever gone before.
She's thinking about her childhood and everything. She was raised by him, you know. Everything that she knew was Papa. He taught her everything in order how to, you know, channel her emotions, channel her anger, channel her powers, how to control them, how to provoke them, how to, to keep them suppressed. Everything that she knows is from him. I think that when you say goodbye to that huge majority of your life, because a new one has to start, it's a huge transition. I think I think she was just kind of thinking about her childhood and what a 30-second scene, and how does she walk away from this feeling empowered.
Well, I've said from the beginning when we began working on the show that you know, you don't believe that you're doing something that's evil. You're doing something that you think is going to be beneficial. And obviously what he'd found with the character 11 was somebody who had incredible gifts and love. I often thought about the experiment with the cat, you know, when she crushes the Coke can, that in some weird way in Brenner's imagination, that by putting the cat in the room was a kind of test, that would she crush the cat? Was she capable of that? And she wasn't. And so for me, I always felt that she passed the test, you know, that she had compassion, that she had love. And so when she escaped from the laboratory, what my concern and my fear was, I know how powerful she is. What happens if she gets in the hands of someone that's truly evil, that will take her and exploit her to do things that are bad? So that was my motivation as an actor, to find her, to try to make sure that she wouldn't do harm. You know, even though I knew that in her heart that she had passed the test, she didn't crush the cat. Don't talk about Hopper in front of me. I don't like it.
I know you don't. I know you
All right,
don't. I'll make it quick.
I go, no.
I think they're very two different relationships, very two masculine energies that in 11's life, including Mike, they're very influential in her life. One of them, Hopper, being someone who took care of her, protected her, and they have a friendship that they've created while 11's been out of the asylum, and kind of, needed protection and needed that love and support, and he gave that to her. But on the other hand, you have Papa and Eleven, who he knew her from baby. He took her out of, my mother's arms.
Yeah.
So
I delivered that child.
Yeah, so it's kind of like there's no bond like that. There's no connection that she could yearn for more than the one that she has with Papa, because that's the most authentic. He knew her at her purest form.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah. The other guy drinks too much coffee and eats too much donuts. He's probably
He
got a drinking
contemplates too
problem,
much.
smoking, That, Then there's
He's in
Dr.
Russia.
Brenner. Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
She could never forget the smell of my aftershave.
No.
Or the way that I tied a knot on my tie.
Right,
These
exactly.
were indelible experiences and,
No, I know.
sensory experience in her
And
life.
I loved the traumas of, crushing cats
Yeah.
and things.
The cleanliness of the hospital.
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah, I mean-
it always smelled like bleach.
Yeah, his cabin probably smelled like dead gophers.
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
And old beer.